Hello, eavesdroppers. Welcome back to another pop culture tarot reading. I hope you all are feeling like $1,000,000. On today's episode, we are going to look into Yada's Rude Awakening. Okay, Yada Awakening, Yahdan, Yada, and Asia Yada. The controversy surrounding their recent headlines about the relationship. I think she's filing for divorce or she's leaving the relationship because she alleged some DV in the relationship. I think she just had a baby about 8 months ago. He's one of these conscious gurus. I don't know what you call them. And usually they are people who, when you dig deep enough, you'll find out they're scammers. I feel like he's like a romance scammer. They went a little far with her because obviously I think they're married and obviously they have a child. So she was deeply involved with this man. And I pulled some cards here to see like what's going on with their relationship. And what I see is she bought into the program. There's a lot of conditioning. I feel like he conditioned her mind. We have hive mind. The Hierophant is the hive mind. It's about groupthink. It's about going along to get along. It's conformity. It's Eve programming, it's acquiescing and playing by the rules of the matrix and being indoctrinated through religion and dogma. Okay, so she bought into this idea of this marriage, this relationship, this guru. The Hierophant is actually a guru. So she was drinking the Kool-Aid, okay? She also saw this as someone that was bringing a lot of wealth into her life, a lot of money, a lot of success. I don't know how he could have turned her life around, but she saw him as a winning streak. She's admitting to me here with the Two of Swords that she turned a blind eye. She was ignoring a lot, blocking out a lot that she should not have ignored. Her judgment was clouded. This is Moon in Libra. And the moon is, suppressed emotions and illusions. And she's saying here, I was a bit delusional. And I've been on the fence a while about leaving him. But it's a difficult decision. Something about the name change. She's showing me a name change. Okay, so this could be that it says this is about going by an alias, assuming a new name or new identity, marriage, divorce, going back to a maiden or given name, or taking on your partner's name. And I feel like this is being associated with him. She found power in being associated with that last name. And now she's going to have to reclaim her own identity. She could be telling me that she lost herself in this relationship with the Two of Swords and the hive mind here. The Hierophant can talk about somebody who is a Stepford wife. They stay for all the wrong reasons. They don't stay for love. They stay because of societal pressures, religious expectations, cultural norms, okay? All right, so the next card we have is the spiritual universal law of gender. And this is about everything and everyone having masculine and feminine qualities and everything having a gestational period. Okay, I feel like this has run its course in her mind. She's really tired. I feel like she gave it her all. They've been through a lot of seasons with the Wheel of Fortune on the table. And I feel like she sees this as a positive turning point for herself to get clear. The next card says the smoke has cleared. She's in the 7 of Cups reverse, which is a reality check. A disappointment, disillusionment, no longer confused. She's recognizing her unrealistic expectations, and it's a hard pill to swallow. But she feels like she has to make this decision for herself, for her child or children. We have a ceasefire here. It says calling a truce, waving the white flag, and ready to compromise. I feel like she did a lot of compromising. That card is right across from the Two of Swords. I feel like for a lot of the time that she's been with this man, she's tolerated more than she knew she should have. And now she's in a 9 of Wands reverse, which is her giving up. She's resistant. She's reluctant. She feels used. She's checking her intentions of why she's staying in there. She feels like she's fighting a losing battle and that she's been stubborn. But chronic fatigue is starting to set in and she feels like she cannot do this anymore. Let's get some more. Okay, let's see what else she wants to say here. Asia, what are your feelings about your marriage and your husband? We have the 8 of Cups. She says, I'm walking away. I'm no longer fulfilled. I'm emotionally worn out. I'm letting go of this attachment and I'm moving on with my life. We have the 9 of Swords. She shows me a lot of anxiety about this though. She strongly feels like no matter which decision she makes, she knows she has to leave, but it still causes her anxiety because there's codependency here. She's also pointing out a lot of mental health challenges she's taking with her anxiety, variation. She feels even shame and embarrassment for staying for so long. And now that everyone knows she cannot stay. Yeah, the Five of Wands, she's showing me a lot of violence here. She's saying that we do not get along. We argue a lot. We fight a lot. And we have the Star card. So she's looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. She knows that she's well on her way. She has the number 8. She has the number 9. And she has the Star, which is also a number 8. So she's very close to being done with this chapter of her life and ready to go into her healing phase. What else do you want to say about the relationship? Why did you stay so long? Why did you stay with him? The Temperance card, because again, it says here she was calling a truce. She was waving a white flag and she was ready to compromise. So she was definitely trying to keep the peace in the relationship. Temperance card is about peace and harmony. And we have the Devil, and she also felt, again, codependency, like she could not detach from him. And I also see a push and pull between the number 14 and the number 15 in the major arcana. She kept going back and forth with the Wheel of Fortune between the Temperance card and the Devil. Toxicity and getting back together. Toxicity and reconciliation. Abuse and let's calm things down. Why did you stay? We have the Magician. She's saying he's persuasive. Is he if he's a Gemini or a Virgo? Let's see if I can find his birthday. I don't know these people's birthdays, but if he's a Gemini, a Virgo, or Capricorn, this makes a lot of sense. Let's see. He is an Aries. Okay, and his wife is a Cancer. That explains it. Okay, yeah. Wow. An Aries and a Cancer. Interesting. Okay, show me more. The magician actually, used to be connected to Aries energy, believe it or not. It was originally Aries energy. Oh, okay, that could explain why we're getting the magician. So she feels like he's a master manipulator. Yeah, she feels like he's a master manipulator here. Okay, let's see. Why did you stay so long? He was very persuasive. Yeah, the Seven of Swords. She said that he was a con man. She sees him as a con man, as a love bomber. She sees him as someone who is very deceptive, very cunning, very sneaky. She also felt a lot of shame about, you know what it feels to me like she's saying here, I tolerated the first hit. I tolerated the first abuse, and I stayed. And once I did not know how to get out of it. I feel like she's been planning her exit strategy for a while. She's definitely done with him. She's done with him. I feel like her coming forward and even bringing light to this is because she wanted the world to know, I'm actually done with this. Usually when women cover for abusive men, they're not ready to leave. Once they start telling people, especially on the public platforms, they're usually done. Okay, so let's see his energy. I hate to look at his energy, but what is his energy towards her? We have the World card. We have the Two of Swords. She could have a restraining order against him right now. He could be trying to even stalk her online. She could have him blocked online. We have the Four of Swords. I feel like he's even told her in the past that he was willing to do therapy as a manipulation tactic. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, he feels like she's getting ready to leave him for real this time. He's also worrying about the money she's wanted. Yet he's seeing her as his baby mama, the Empress. Okay. And he knows that she can move on and have a healthy life without him. He definitely felt like it's over. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. I strongly feel like she can have a restraining order. He doesn't have access to her right now. He feels blocked out of her energy. I do feel like if he could, he would try to weasel his way back in because that's the abusive cycle. And I see that cycle here with the World card, but it's ending. He's concerned about her taking his money. Yeah, the Strength card and the Page of Cups. I feel like I won't say he feels convicted because I feel he's the narcissist and they don't have the wherewithal to feel convicted. But I do feel like there's something inside of him from childhood. We have the Ten of Wands, we have the Knight of Pentacles. He doesn't want to give her money. Two of Pentacles, he could even be trying to hide it. Five of Cups, yeah. So he shows me somebody that's worrying about how this is going to affect his bottom line. He is thinking about the child, but I feel like he's thinking, I should have been a better father, because he knows he didn't handle this situation correctly. Yeah. So what is going to be the outcome of this? You have the Lovers, you have the Hangman, we have the Three of Wands, and the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the Hermit card and the Emperor. There he is, Aries energy. Okay. So that's going to be a decision that has to be made here about how they're going to split assets and how he can be a good father. You have the Emperor and the Empress on the table. It's going to be all about the child moving forward, or the children moving forward. I do feel like he's very confrontational. I do feel like he's trying to hide assets. I feel like he's being very stubborn, but eventually he's going to have to figure out a plan that works for both of them. Co-parenting, financial, all of those things. She's going to have to get somebody that can, like an attorney or something, that can really dig into his finances, because he's going to try to hide money. I also see him maybe not being as hands-on a father as he normally would be or pretended to be, because this is a way to get back at her. Life is going to change for her. It's not going to be the same. Not at all. She's going to have to keep her head on the swivel. He's in very immature energy, and he has a fear of her taking his money. Six of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Wands, maybe even the home or some property or the business. He's very concerned about that. He's not concerned about the emotional side of things, besides his own feelings. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next episode.